Good morning. This is Mr. Parks with our video for Tuesday, March 17th, covering the work from Monday, the 16th, on working with ratios. During this lesson, we will be talking about different things that should be a review, even though it was from very early on in the school year. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got. Number one, a strand of lights has 50 bulbs. 8 of the bulbs are burned out. What is the ratio of the total number of bulbs to bulbs that are burned out? So we're going to start with this number and conclude with the number of bulbs that are burnt out, which is 8. And so that would be letter C. To accommodate not having to scroll up and down the screen as many times, I'm going to jump to number 4 and then I'm going to work my way to the bottom of the page. So a grocery store receives a case containing the bottles of juice shown below. I have 6 bottles of apple juice, 4 bottles of grape juice, and 2 bottles of orange juice. So I have 12 total bottles of juice. Which statement is not true? So the ratio of total bottles to bottles of apple juice is 12:6. That one is true, so we are not going to pick that. Letter B, the ratio of bottles of orange juice to bottles of grape juice is 4:2. That is not correct. It's actually the other way around. So that would be letter B. The other 2 would be correct answers. So, for instance, apple juice and grape juice, if I combine those, that would give me 10 out of my 12 bottles, which means the other side would be worth 2. Number 5. Let's do number 3 first. For every 4 boys in the choir, there are 5 girls. And so actually, as someone that used to teach music, it's usually more like 1 boy to every 5 girls, especially once you get up into high school, because boys don't typically like to put themselves out there singing. But if we had 4 boys to 5 girls and we wrote it as a fraction, the number 4 would go on top and the 5 would go on the bottom, which would match letter A. Number 5, a traffic signal has 1 red, 1 yellow, and 1 green light. What relationship can be described by the ratio 1:3? So my first option, the number of lights on a traffic signal. Well, the number of lights on a traffic signal is 3, and there's nothing else that we're comparing it to, so it can't be letter A. Letter B, red lights to the total number of lights. That would be 1 red light compared to 3 lights, and that one would work. Letter C, lights that are not red, that would be 2. Compared to the total number of lights, that would be 3. So 2 to 3 is not going to be the same thing. And the lights that are yellow or green would also give us a 2 to 3 ratio. For this one, I'm going to work so that I can type out something. So we have 4 soup recipes, 8 chicken recipes, 3 bread recipes, and 5 dessert recipes. So we want the number of soup recipes compared to the number of bread recipes. So I have 4 soup recipes and I have 3 bread recipes. So 4 to 3, or I could also write it as this or this. I could use any of those 3 options. Doesn't matter which one you did as long as you put the numbers in the correct place. Chicken recipes compared to all recipes. So I have 8 chicken recipes. And I currently have 12, 15, 20 total recipes, so 8 to 20 would work for that. Bread and dessert recipes, I have 8 of, 3 plus 5. And then chicken recipes, I also have 8, so it would be an 8 to 8 ratio. Soup and bread, so that's going to be 4 plus 3, which gives us 7, compared to chicken and dessert, and that would be 7 to 12. I'm going to try to get my highlighter back for the next one. There we go. Excuse me. Number 8, a car dealer has 4 white cars, 10 black cars, 6 red cars, and 8 silver cars. So we are going to be talking about part compared to the whole compared to a part, or part compared to another part. So I currently have 10, 20, 28 cars. So if I see the number 28, we are going to have a whole. It's just going to depend whether we're starting with the whole or ending with the whole for our comparison. So 4 to 10, neither of those are our whole, so it's going to be a part-to-part ratio. 28 to 8 would be a whole to part, because we're starting with the whole number. 10 to 6 is another part to part. And then 6 to 28 would be a part to whole relationship. Number 11, there are 23 students in a 6th grade class. 11 students play basketball. They want us to look at the ratios and determine if we're doing part to part, whole to part, or part to whole. So anything with a 23, we are going to be in one of these two boxes. So we'll start with this one. I'm starting with 23, so that's going to be whole to part. 11 to 12 is going to be part to part. 12 to 23 is going to be part to whole. 12 to 11 is going to be part to part. 11 to 23 is going to be part to whole. And 23 to 12 would be whole to part. And the last one, I will switch back to this so I can type. And what is the ratio of Saturdays and Sundays to the number of days in June? I have 5 Sunday and I have 5 Saturday, which would give me 10 to 30. And so there are 10 Saturdays and Sundays compared to 30 days in June. So don't have to do anything too complicated. So those are our problems for today. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Again, I think everybody should be pretty confident with that. So if you need any assistance, please reach out to me. I will see you all tomorrow with a new lesson for you to review for. Talk to you later.